Hey everybody, Kevin Grady here with the Gospel According to Music with another Bible review. This time it's the CSB Men of Character Bible by Getz. This is a man study Bible. It is a black leather touch. And looking on the back of the box, we're going to look at some of the features that it does have. And we're going to look at over 60 in-depth articles on men of character. More than 45 biblical profiles featured in here. 14 measures of a man articles focused on specific character traits. 122 verses to remember. Introductions and reading plans for each book of the Bible. Application questions and key life principles. It is Smythe sewn binding. Has a presentation page. 2-column text. Cross-references, footnotes, topical subheadings. It's black letter. It's a 9.75, might as well be a 10 for the font and concordance and a full color map area. I love it's a slip case, and I love the theme. It is a kind of a tree, pine tree, kind of a rustic and mountains. And then as you see here, the price on this is $59.99. And I'm going to go ahead and you see this symbol here, that MC, Men of Character. If you go over here to the leather touch, you will see that it is right there on the actual leather touch. And look at the grain on this. They have upgraded their leather touch. That looks like real leather. I'm going to tell you, it feels like real leather, except it's kind of stiff, but I like it. This will be a rough Bible to, you can take with you wherever you go. It can handle it. It's a paste down liner, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do this. The radio station, I had to move the radio station into my home. I had to move into a single wide trailer. The table that I've got is all marked up, so I put a tablecloth on it, and that's not working, so I'm going to have to get something totally different to be able to do this. There's your presentation page. This also gives you more information about Getz. It is a 2020 text, so I'm going to zoom in here so you can see that. Men of Character, copyright 2021. But it says right there, the copyright for the Christian Standard Bible is 2017. But the text, as you see right there, it is the CSB text of 2020. You've got your table of contents and your books of the Bible. This does not lay flat when you first use it. It's going to take some time to get it to lay down. This goes into the Old Testament, the New Testament. This is the feature table of contents. Sorry, the lighting is not that great either. It's one of those things where I'm going to have to work on. Sorry. And so as you can see, there's a lot of articles. I'm going to flip the page. A lot more articles continuing. Then the measures of a man. And these are all the verses they recommend that men memorize. Acknowledgement page. Fireworks going off in the background. The Men of Character introduction. What does it mean? The measure of a man, merit of character. Just all kinds of different things that are in here. This gives you also on how to use this Bible. So as you can see there, it's mutual study. You can do it for building up one another. You can do it for small groups. Here's mentoring others. And open group studies, teaching services or group participation or Sunday school class. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can use this Bible for. Here is the actual page layouts to kind of give you an idea of what all the things are. There's numbered, so you know what to look at. This is one of those pages where they have some information on a particular character. Same here, more pages and more information on all of this. We can zoom in, and number one is Men of Character articles. Number 2 is Biblical Character profiles. Number 3, The Measure of a Man. Number 4, Verses to Remember. Book Bible introductions. So we're going to go over here. This is the introduction to the CSB. Gives you all the information about the translation. And as you see, we come over here to the Old Testament, and I love this design. The only comment, this is the only comment I have for this. I wish they had done kind of a green, a forest green leather touch with a dark green and a dark green and gold ribbon. They didn't, but that's my suggestion. There are 2 satin ribbons, a black and a red. So we're going to go ahead and go into this. It's got green fonts, that dark green font, and it's also got the green shading throughout the entire Bible. I think if they had done a green leather touch or even green leather, I think it would be kind of cool. You could actually even do a rebind. It does has cross references, as you see here, all the side references, all your cross references. It is not verse by verse, it's paragraph form. And when you go up here to the very beginning, as you'll see, the number starts off, number 1 is in forest green. Down here, you've got some translational notes. The text is not really that much into the gutter. It's not bad. I've actually seen it to where you have to just like peel the page back, push it back to be able to read it. But there's a good enough space here. Now, one of the things I was going to say is that some of these pages, they don't have a whole lot of cross references, so they're places where you can actually write. Text is pretty easy to read. Like I said, it's about a 10. They call it 9.75. It's almost a 10. I can read it fine. I'm 66 years old, so I can read it pretty good. As again, you see that green, I'm panning back here so you can see the white page over here. It's pretty opaque. And then over here, it is line matched, so you can see that. So you don't have that much ghosting. Here again, a lot of open space to make notes. Paper's good, easy to turn. It's not real thin, but it's not real thick either, but it's kind of a decent, I would say maybe 28 to maybe 30 GSM. That's kind of my guess. They don't tell you, and I have no way of measuring or being able to know. Let's go ahead and go into the New Testament, kind of give you an idea, and there's where an article takes up 2 spaces. Also, at the end of some of the books, I'm going to go over here, get to the end of, if I can get the page to turn. Sorry, you're probably hearing TV set in the background. That's my neighbor who's got it cranked up pretty high because he can't hear very well. I went through a divorce, and I had to move into a place, and so I got this trailer, and it's not the ideal place to live, but it's what I've got for right now. As you can see, this is the end of Job, and look at all this white space. You can do notes, you can journal, you can do all the stuff right here, right before you get into Psalms. Another thing that I like down here is they also do history. So if you're looking at the timeline of when things were done, it also gives you church history and everything else to go along with it. There's your reading plans there at the beginning for each book. And when you get into a verse they want you to memorize, as you can see right here, they highlight it in that green color. So you've got that spread throughout. And then they also do another thing, verse to remember. They also have it written to where you can look at it easy. And you can follow it to the next point. Okay, now we're going to go all the way over to the New Testament. Okay, we're in Mark. We're going to go back here to where now we're in the New Testament. And again, you got your same introductions. You got your outlines. You've got your reading plan. You got your history. And then we start off with information, cross-references, the green numbers. As you can see, it's very easy to read. Again, a green page. Here's information on Joseph. I found this to be a very nice Bible. I've really been looking for a good men's study Bible. And I'm going to be honest with you, there's a bunch of men's study Bibles. The ESV has one. The NIV has one. I'm trying to think of who else has got one. There's actually a couple from the New Living Translation. And the print is so small in those Bibles, I don't really care for them. I will read the articles that are in there, but I don't read the text because it's too small. They're usually somewhere about a 7, maybe an 8 if they're lucky. This I like. It's easy to read and it's not that big and heavy to carry. As you can see, now this has got tons of cross-reference, but this one doesn't have that much, and so you got a little bit of space there to make notes. One question I'm always asked about, what do you use for highlighting? I use the Crayola crayons or the Crayola twistables, the pencils. I only use the twistables because they're much better. The crayons or the pencils, I use them for highlighting. And if I do any underlining, I can use, there's a couple of things I use. I try to not do fountain pens, especially gel pens, because they have a tendency to glop sometimes. And sometimes when you do an underline and you pull the pen away, and if you touch it, you can actually get ink on your hands and spread it around. It's not a good thing. The twistable crayons and the twistable pencils, in my book, is the best thing to do. If you want to write or underline, I use a pencil. I use a mechanical pencil. That's a little bit better than using just a regular sharpening pencil. So as you can see, it's pretty good laid out. We're going to go ahead and go over here and get into the back. Again, I'm sorry, this is not the best conditions. I'm going to have to do some purchasing of some equipment and some a table or something that I can use that's better than this tablecloth, because it is just bunching up. Okay, at the end of Revelation, there's a blank page. Then you've got your concordance over here, and it's pretty good concordance, pretty heavy. There's a lot of information in here, and I'm taking quite a few pages to turn. Okay, another thing I wanted to let you know is, see here, they've got pages for making more notes or writing things down, or things you might want to remember, or things that have jumped out that you wanted to write down and keep it in here. There's quite a few pages of that. And then we get into the maps, which I always have somebody want to know about the maps. So here we go. These are the typical CSB maps. It's kind of like on a very light cardstock. It is sewn, as you can see. And then we go here to the end. And then again, it is paper lined. And there is the back. And again, take a look at the grain. As you can see, that looks really, really nice. The spine, I'm just going to lay it down this way. There's the spine. You got the CSB not logo. Then they don't have any hubs on these things. And then you've got it in gold, and it's a gold gilding. Of course, if they had done like an art gilding, they could have done that green on that. Or you could do it yourself. Now, that's that. Now, this is the exact same Bible. They call this genuine leather. And I'm going to move the box over here so you can see it. It says brown genuine leather. It is actually kind of a suede material. I'm not sure what it's made of, although it says it is genuine leather, but I will show you this. See that black dot right there? I had a drop of rain hit it, and when I got into the church and I was wiping it, the suede material came completely off, and that's what's underneath it. So I don't know quite how they do this, but yeah, the suede kind of came off. So this one they sent to me to review from Holman. This came directly from them, and I appreciate them giving this to me. This one I bought because I thought I would like to have it in this leather. After viewing it, I know some people will like it. I'm kind of so-so on it, and I'm seriously thinking about rebinding it and putting it in a green, dark green leather with some different ribbons. I'm kicking the idea around, so you know, we'll see what happens. But anyway, there you go. That is our Bible review for today. It is the Men of Character Bible from the CSB. And again, Gene Getz is the one who put it together. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to click the like button. Also click on the bell, subscribe, of course, and give your comments down below. And I have a lot more Bible reviews coming up, so keep close watch on the channel, and I'll have more reviews here in a little bit. Thanks again. Take care. God bless.